Our 10-minute speaker tonight is Raymond. Come on up, share your experience and hope.
My name is Raymond, and I'm an alcoholic addict. I don't think y'all heard me. My name is Raymond. First of all, I want to thank Roxy and all the staff at Fair Brown, Chris, my house manager Matt, best in the world. All the guys over there at 270, couldn't have done it without you. Yeah, I was raised in a house where alcohol was the thing, man. It was like my dad, he drunk all day long. When he wasn't at work, that is. I don't know what he did at work, but yeah, when he wasn't at work, that's what he did. He drank. Our house was like a party house. You know, uncles, friends, and all that. They drank their ass away. It was like one of them parties where you stick your head out every 15 minutes and hear that drunk ass threat. Stick your head out again, we're gonna whoop your ass. And that head kept coming out. Never got an ass whooping. But it got to the point where we got old enough where in the morning time we see those glasses sitting out on the table, and me and my brother and sister would sneak what was left inside of those cups. And by the age of 13, 14, I was drinking, and I didn't stop. The only time I stopped drinking if I was incarcerated, or if I was trying to, you know, it was just impossible because I didn't want my moms to find out. But yeah, I was drinking, and my drinking just didn't stop. You know, I got arrested, went to juvenile camps, then I ended up CYA, 2 terms in prison, and every time I got arrested, I was either drunk or high. Well, this last time I went to prison, I was facing 51 to life, and by the grace of God, I only ended up doing a 4-year sentence. And I told myself once I get out that I was gonna change, shit was gonna be better. I was gonna stop the drinking, the smoking, the hanging with the homies, and the whole 9 yards, and it worked for me for about maybe 6 months. And after that, it was back to the drinking again, like seriously, back to the drinking, to the point where I ended up losing my marriage, losing my job, and then I got to the point where it was, I was being real distant from my kids. I was getting to the point where I knew I still loved my kids, but my behavior was showing that I didn't give a fuck about my kids. Because if I did, I would have done something about the behavior, because I saw myself slowly but surely drifting away from my responsibilities as a father. I came to Fred Brown the first time because somebody asked me to come and get help. And when I came, I was totally angry. I didn't care about getting no help. I was just doing something just to try to impress somebody else, just to satisfy what they felt like I needed to do. And I left the program. So once I left the program, it was like a couple of weeks later, it was like, damn, why did I do that? Like, I knew I made a mistake. I knew something, I just knew I made a mistake by leaving the program. But time went on and time went on, and I'm like, I'm telling myself I can beat this addiction. I can beat this addiction, but every morning, shit, I'm getting high and I'm smoking, I'm drinking, and I'm doing it all day long. I'm doing it at work. I'm doing it after work. I'm doing it during work. I'm just doing it all day long, to the point where I just saw the bottom coming out. And that's when I decided, man, it's time to do something. You know, one of my sons brought it to my attention. He was like, Dad, why every time you come around, you smelling like alcohol, you smell like beer? And it's like, you know, I laughed it off a little bit, and while he's telling me this, and then I look at him, and He's not laughing. He's seriously wondering, like, I mean, he's seriously seeing like I was getting out of control with it, because it wasn't no puzzle to my kids that I smoke weed and drink, and it wasn't no puzzle. But this look that he had in his eye was like he was serious, like, like this shit is not normal with you. So I just took it upon myself to say, you know what, I need to come back to this program. I need help. And that was probably the first time that I decided that I needed help, and I really, really, really was going to do it this time. So I came back to the program, and when I get back to the program this time, it's like I had to focus myself to stay, because the first 2-3 weeks was hard as hell. I didn't know whether I wanted to stay or whether I wanted to go, and it was making me angry. It's like I stayed angry, so I kind of secluded myself because I didn't want to interrupt nobody else's program with my attitude. So I kind of secluded myself, and I'm just trying to figure this shit out. I was just trying to figure it out. Like, do I really want to stay? Can I do this by myself? And then the reality just hit, like, I can't do this by myself. I need help. And with the help of Nancy, thank you. With the help of Nancy, you know, always shining that light. She always giving me those words. It's just words that I needed to hear every time. And that's when I just threw my hands up, and I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. Being over at 270 with all you guys that's over there at 270, I really met some real good dudes over there, man. A real group of good dudes. I told Manny when we first got here, we was gonna do this together. And yeah, then I turned around and told my boy Sean the same thing. I said, man, we're gonna finish this, man. We're gonna do this together. And we've been doing it ever since. And that right there was giving me strength, because I had, you know, a few guys that was, you know, we paired up and we made that pact. Since I left 270, man, it's like that whole 90-day experience, man, was like, it was worth it. Because now it's like I feel, I don't know, it's like I feel alive now. At 270, it was like I was waking up, but it's like now I just like feel hell of alive, because I don't know if it's because I get to move around. You know, I'm in a house full of dudes, and they some good dudes. When I first got over there, it was like they welcomed me with open arms. Like, if they cooking, they'd come to my room and ask me, you hungry? We making this, come get you something to eat. You know, and it's like, I don't know, it's just like a refreshing feeling that I get now. Like I'm happy now, like I'm alive now. And I really appreciate this. I'm real grateful right now for what I received over at 270. And I'm not gonna never start tooting my horn, because shit, I still don't know yet. I'm still trying to find out. But you know, the groups in 505 is pretty different, almost the same but pretty different. Like you know, we was in a group, and it was a group based on, you know, some things that you've done that you're ashamed of. And one of the things that I was ashamed of is that, because like I said, once I start realizing that my recovery is it's not just getting sober and not getting high and that's it. It's about my behavior, my attitude, my personality. Everything has to change. And it was a guy in 270. I couldn't stand him. He no names though, but I couldn't stand him. And he got on my last nerves, you know, celebrating when people would relapse, you know, thinking that it was a game and it was a joke. And I started hating this dude. Really started not liking this dude. But the thing about it is I had to wake up and be like, I can't behave like that, because if I do, then, you know, cheerleading his downfall will put me in the category to being the person that he was that I didn't like. So I had to check myself on that. And I had to admit that in the group that I did that. And it didn't make me feel bad, but it just gave me an eye opener on checking my behavior, you know? And I'm just real grateful for this program. I never thought I'd be sitting in the program. I think it was me and Chris talking one day, and it was like, I never thought I'd be sitting in the program where, you know, because you see it on TV, on comedy shows, wherever, and it's like, hey, my name is such and such, and I'm an addict. I'm like, these fucking jerks. But once you involve yourself in it, you see that the fellowship is it's a lot of caring people inside of these meetings, people that really are concerned with your recovery, that's really pulling for you to recover. And I appreciate that. You know, I no longer look at AA and NA groups as, you know, what the hell, because I didn't understand it at first, but now that I understand it, I got a lot of respect for it. I put so much time and energy and gave my all to gang banging, to the streets, to drinking and getting high. And I want to use that same energy into getting clean and straightening my life out. Because, you know, and when my father was in his drinking days, and once he recognized that I was drinking, he was like, if you're gonna drink to get drunk. Stop playing. Anything you do, go all the way with it, or don't do it at all. So that's what I did. I was drinking and I went all the way with it. I was smoking, I was went all the way with it, gang banging all the way with it, and was willing to go to prison and do the time and everything. So with my recovery, I'm willing to go all the way in. I'm willing to do what I have to do to be a part of this game. You know, whatever it takes to be a part of this gang and to someday be a leader, then I'm willing to do that. You know, and it's the only difference between this gang and that gang is I don't have to hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? And nobody in this gang is trying to hurt me. So at the end of the day, man, at the end of the day, man, I want to thank you, Matt, for welcoming me into your home, man. And all you guys at 270, I want to thank you guys, man, for, you know, all the good times that we had over there, for the company that you guys kept with me, you know, and I hope that I was some type of help towards some of you, all of you, or just one of y'all. I just hope that something I did or something I said inspired you, man, because I know being over there in 270 is like, you know, not wanting to be there at certain times. But man, do that shit. Do that shit, man. Because when I used to hear the same thing, you guys can do it, just do it. I used to be like, man, you already out there doing what you do. Don't try to tell us that. But now that I'm out here, man, I see exactly what they was meaning when they said that, man. Do it, man. And once you pass that 90 days, you're going to be glad that you did. My name is Raymond. Thank you for letting me speak.